Have you done your gotcha dailies yet?
Boy, howdy. Hold on, I'll hit the merge button right now. I don't ever host these. How do I stick these together? Shared chat. Start shared chat. There we go. Bam. So, if memory is right, I need to start at a gate. Everything else really doesn't matter. Are you getting white girl wasted on me, Joe? Axon says that's what co-pilots do. It's a big plane. We can't hear Joe. Fix that. I had deafened Discord because some jackass joined the call and asked me if I did my gotcha dailies. Wonder who that could have been.
Oh, plane. What's the problem? Engine 2, low oil pressure.
Yo, did you do your gotcha dailies? Make sure all my controllers are working. Yes.
It shouldn't be due for maintenance, Exxon. Hold on. Yeah. That should be fine. I mean, I got E-tops. I'll be okay.
Okay, so what am I looking for? Yes.
Speedbird 217. Hold position. Caution the generic on the taxiway.
Speedbird? That's not me.
Speedbird 217. Continue taxi.
But I need to get my flight.
Roger. Speedbird 217.
Let's 10%.
Yeah, let's make sure. Look. I do what the plane said, which is slightly reduce the throttle, then put it back. And now it's fixed.
Yeah, I mean, fuck it.
Exactly. Fine, we'll fix it when we land.
Hold on. So, departed, arrival. Select. Aircraft type. A321. It's loading it up.
Yay.
Variant? Fuck, I don't know.
It depends on which one you got.
I got the bent. I got the bent tips.
Generic Papa Juliet Charlie 40.
All right, so that's gonna be one of the winglet ones. The
Generic Papa Juliet
the ACT version shouldn't matter on this short of a flight.
Parking via taxiway Yankee 6. Yankee
But if it's
Alright,
if I remember right, American Airlines and Delta both have 2 additional fuel tanks. I think.
Alright, well, you know what? We'll just click this one and figure it out.
It could be a CFM 2 ACT, I think, for Delta.
Okay, well, we'll put that one on there then. Units, kilograms. Fuel planning, auto. Alright. Flight has been generated.
Yay. Oh.
Got it. Then stole your iPads, what I did. Alright. So now that we got that done, I think it's time to get this bitch on. Ugh. Power available. Okay, that's on.
Let's just see if we can give ourselves some extra engine oil in flight.
Get someone out there to pour it in.
Yeah, this might be a problem. Uh-oh.
uh,
Does not seem like I can do that. I mean, I can keep the engines alive for long enough, I think. I've got, what, how long until I land? 0033 Zulu, and it's 2036? Uh-oh. Can we keep the engines alive for 4 hours? It's just the right engine that's having the problem. I can make it with just the left.
I think I'm breaking my plane.
Well, let's see. Can't be that bad. Can't be any worse than mine. Your batteries are turned off.
That's probably not a good start.
No, let's turn those on. Your APU generator's off, so you want to turn that on. It's gonna be important.
Dulles ground, Copa.
Okay.
Gate Alpha 2-4. Information echo.
What, AP master and fucking start button? Spin that shit,
Yeah.
homie.
Pushback approved. Dulles ground, Copa 444. Requesting pushback. Copa 444. Pushback request accepted.
Mr. APU, are you on?
Yeah, it'll take a moment to turn on. It should show on the bottom like the middle bottom panel, like the screen, like the status of it. Yeah, there it is. It's showing it right there. That's your APU status. So it's starting up.
Dulles ground, Copa 444. Requesting the end of pushback.
As long as you hit the starter.
Copa 444. Request to end
Right.
pushback received.
And we have electrical power. No, we're missing the starter. There it goes. Should go now.
There we go, now we're spinning it.
Dulles ground, Copa 444 with echo. Ready to taxi. IFR. Copa 444. Taxi to and hold short of runway. 19er left using taxiway Charlie Juliet, Juliet Tree Kilo to Juliet 1. Contact tower on 134.425. When ready.
Okay, I think it. Fucker says 100. I think we're good there now.
Yep. Electrical will automatically connect. If you look to the back of the panel, the roof panel, the overhead, like up all the way at the back, there should be some things you need to turn. Do you see that thing? The three the identical knobs. You're gonna turn those to the middle position, which is navigation. Sweet. And if you want, you can turn those fuel pumps on too, the ones that are currently displaying as off. It's not going to draw fuel out of them until the plane knows that it needs it. But your APU needs gas, so you should turn on the.
Trying to figure where it's at.
Kind of almost dead center of your screen. Just a little bit off to the right, where they all say off. The lit up ones. Yeah, there you go. And there's those two middle pumps too. Great.
Yeah, now navigation. On, cool.
Cobra 444, please acknowledge.
Yep. This needs a minute to some time to align the navigation system. But in the meantime, you can do stuff in your computer.
Ah, yes, now I can throw this across. So...
Cobra 444, IFR flight plan is canceled. Radar service terminated. Squawk 1200. Maintain VFR. Frequency change approved. Good day.
Fast time, 7 minutes. Start loading that shit. Alright.
Alright. So, you're just going to go to your INIT button on the computer. The initialize. To the left of data.
I gotcha.
And then you're going to... Wait, it's slightly lagged for me, I realized.
Yeah.
The stream. And then init request the second right select key from the... Sorry, the second right line select key from the top. And that's going to pull in some of your data.
Bam.
And then you're going to put whatever flight number you wanted to put into there.
Cost index was over here somewhere, wasn't it?
If it's not there, it's on the sim brief thing it pushed out. The 5.
5?
Yeah, that's what it punched out. Because I can still look at.
Ah, that's
that.
right. Yeah.
Hold position. Caution of the traffic. United Tree 928. Continue taxi. Roger. United Tree 9028. United Tree 9028. Hold
Alright.
position. Caution of the traffic.
And then, yeah, the cruise level you can either put in 360 or 36,000. It'll accept it as the same value.
United Tree 9028.
Alright, cool.
All right.
United Tree 9028. Continue taxi.
Let's see. All right, hit the little right arrow
Roger.
above the numbers. I think yeah, there you go. And then if you go to your iPad, you can send the data into there from the iPad. And yeah, it's send to MCDU. And I'll just shoot it right over for you. Oh wait, no, you're not boarded. I'm sorry, I thought you did the instant, not the fast.
Ah, well, you can.
Yeah, you'd have to do that once it's done.
Alright, we'll worry about it later.
Yeah. As for other stuff, let me see if I can quickly look at what your thing that was pushed out was. Without screwing with mine. Okay. You in that if you hit F PLN
Flight plan.
should bring you back to the flight plan page. Yeah. And then on there, you can click the line select key next to KIAD on the left. And then departure. And then it looks like it calculated for runway. It looks like Simbrief gave you runway 30, so you just scroll through that with the up and down keys until you get 30.
Ups, down, 30, right?
Yeah, there you go, 30.
Clutch capital
let me.
button.
Yes, yeah, it's clutch 3.
Clutch 3.
And then you're gonna hit blast on the transition thing, if you can scroll to it.
Oh,
There
got
you
it.
go. And then it'll be that orange insert. You're gonna go for the orange one.
Bam.
All right. And for KATL, we're going to do the same thing, except we're going to hit arrival and then go through a very similar process.
Arrival. What runway did it give me?
It gave you 26 right. Let me quickly pull up the
26 right?
charts.
RNAV?
Yep. No. You can go. Well, the RNI will still work. Normally, I'll just assume the ILS unless I'm told otherwise. Because you can always do a visual, but also have the ILS to back you up. But RNI works
ILS
for
26
both
right?
of them fine. Yeah, that should work fine. And then there should be, the arrival procedure would be the Aussie 1. And then there should be a train.
Aussie 1. And then transition of...
Flask again. Which actually is you're one of the lucky cases where both procedures go straight up to each other. So, and then there's approach via. This is gonna be a little right under ILS 26 right. There's vias.
Okay.
And then let me just give you a second here to make sure I get the right thing for you. Because this one's a little more finicky.
Zello or...
Grabbing it for you. Hold on. Yes, it'll be Zello. Good guess.
Alright, and then temp insert.
Yep. Route planning is now complete. Although sometimes on the live network, you will have a controller completely give you something different, and then you feel dumb for putting it all in ahead of time because now you have to retype everything in, and or you have to go back and recalculate all the fuel planning, and that's just no fun. But it is what it is.
Alright, so we're loaded, so I can now resend this to the MCDU.
Yes, you can.
And then re-grab that in the int page.
Yeah.
Right, and then...
Just making sure that all the values look vaguely okay.
Sent that again. I'm not sure if that looks right.
Yeah, you're in pounds instead of kilos, so... And that looks vaguely okay to me. Yeah, it looks about right. So it should be fine.
Wicked.
At least good enough. So, after that, you're going to hit perf, which was next to init.
Alright, this is where we
And we're gonna
calculate
go to
our
the
V
iPad.
speeds. Woo!
Yes, so to the iPad.
iPad.
And then we're going to go to the takeoff performance app, which is like a plane taking off of the ground.
Your calculate.
And then we're going to go, okay, it's got what you want. Okay, hit a sync load sheet final after you hit dismiss.
There we go.
Because you didn't have to wait in there. And then sync live WX just to be sure.
Okay, calculate. and fucking center.
Send to yep. Send MCDU.
149, 149, 152, 152, 152, 152.
Roger. United Tree, 928.
Flex temp match. Cool. Okay, I think it all matches.
Yep, and then you have the trim to set later after your engines are started.
Yes. Switch.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, so you get your takeoff performance for your plane's loaded. You got the gas. You got all the route plugged in. APU's running. You don't have GSX to push you back pretty, but at this point you are free to push back and start. Or if you can't get that working, you could always do a power back and look fancy.
Roger. United Tree, 928.
On my, I don't know why it's centering above my head like that. So there we go. All right, so we should be able to do the pushback on the iPad, right?
I think you can. I don't. I use a third-party add-on for that.
I'm pretty sure if you go ground services and then
There should be a pushback in there.
yeah, connect tug.
Yeah, it's me and Exxon have that additional thing because I mean you see how pretty and nice the tugs are on my stream and Exxon's stuff, and it gives us a full ground crew and wing walkers and all that.
Ah, my door's open.
No. Might want to fix that.
How do I fix that?
It's on the iPad. It's in the like ground, sir. It's in the ground thing if I remember right. Oh, you got the additional emergency exits too, because I guess Delta just fits more people in this.
All right, so the APU's running. I can kill the
There you
GPU, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Fuck out of here, GPU. We don't need your ass.
Okay.
All right, so then I just wanted to see which direction I need to would be best to taxi out here.
Oh, that's a great question because I can't. Let me go look on Valanta and see where you are.
All right, with where I'm situated.
I'd recommend it. I'd recommend opening Valanta so I can see where you are.
It should be open. Yeah, there it is.
There you go. All right, just give me a second for it to refresh. Oh, we have a team message in Valanta. What? Thank you, Exxon. All right, there you are. There's the pink plane.
Read
yeah,
it
you
out
don't want to
loud.
like push your. Yeah, no thanks. I don't want to get fired.
Back
you
right or
can,
back left?
Push the tail to the left. Yeah,
Yeah.
actually no. You it doesn't matter. Just go either direction. You can still get there. If your nose faces left, it's just 2 less turns.
Well, we'll see which direction this is taking me because I'm not actually sure.
Yeah. Whichever way you go, you will eventually get there.
Oh, goodbye, Jetway.
It's so fast.
It left in a fucking hurry is what it did.
The jetway is not your friend. Did you take your parking brake off?
No.
You should probably do that. that'll help a little bit.
But no, I want to see what that tug's made of.
Yeah. It can overpower the brakes in some simulators and can do that, but it sometimes it'll I think it can destroy your tires though. I don't know if anybody really got to that level of depth. I do know in 2024 visually, if you leave if the tug is really powerful and you leave the parking brake on, at least with GSX, if you're doing it in like a Cessna, it'll start pushing you back so hard that it'll start making eraser mark type deals inside of the ground, or they're on the ground. FMS1, ATC communication. new thing. All right.
All right, I think our
print.
tug's gone.
Yeah. So we can, as soon as you're pushing back, usually, as long as there's no safety issue, you can always start your engines.
This looks interesting.
So, yeah.
I have mated with
Yeah.
the plane.
I see ARJ 145. Those that'll be coming out from Flight Effects whenever it happens, probably early next year. If you will
Alright.
think.
Let's get these fucking engines spinning. Is it 1 or 2 first?
Some depends on the airline, but as to what their handbook says, I usually follow American's rules of engine 1 first, because that's
Yeah.
normally who I'm flying with.
Engine master on.
So you want to? Did you turn the starter first? The little knob behind the engine flip thingies.
Do that first before engine 1? Or
yeah, before you do that. Yes, turn off engine 1, then turn that knob to the right for ignition start, then turn on engine 1.
auto raw dog both? Fuck yeah, dude. Fucking.
Some planes you can do that. I don't think you make enough air pressure in the 321 to do that. Yeah, make sure it's set to idle when you do that too, or else the plane can get mad. Or bad things can happen.
Dulles Ground. Hawkins 1 Lima Charlie November 6812 with Echo. Request taxi to the active. South departure.
Hawkins 1 Lima, Charlie November 6812. Taxi to and hold short of runway 19er center using taxiway Echo.
Alright, looks like we have a positive rate
Contact tower
on the number 1 engine.
when ready.
Taxiing.
Once the annunciator, not the annunciator, but once the thing over the engine, N1 dial says available, you can start the right engine.
N1.
Top dial on the engine display.
Okay,
It actually looks like it already is started, so that should be good to go. You can start engine 2. You might have just missed a message or something.
get your ass on engine 2. Oh, he's taking my parking spot, I see. Sup? We're running it tight,
they've got a...
fast and loose here, huh?
I tried that plane when I was at FS Expo. The Embraer 175, it was vastly improved, and I was impressed that it was nice now. Well, nicer than it used to be. Please give Streamer a copy.
I guess while we're sitting here, do I just chunk my cruise altitude in now, or?
Well, yeah, because there's no controllers on one. You can go straight up. There's nothing that's going to stop you.
What do we settle on?
36,000. Let me pull up the procedure that was assigned to you.
Calling me. Hold on.
And the clutch. RNAV departure.
Alright, so 36,000?
Yep. Now, if you were on Betsam or something like that, the restriction would be 3,000, and they would give you further climb clearance. But
yeah, do I have to press this?
This is not the case today. Yep, you're gonna push it in so that it has a little dot. It's good. That's how it should be. Dots mean managed. Pull means open, which means it's gonna do whatever is optimal for the speed and stuff like that. But managed means it'll take control of itself.
Got 30-30, so I think we are good to turn the engine's ignition start off.
Yep, and you can turn the APU off as well.
Off. Our generators don't have faults. They don't.
All right.
AP master switch.
Next step,
Fuck out of here.
and turn on your parking brake so you don't accidentally start rolling away.
Nah, that's fine.
A few little checks we need to do first. So we're going to set. Let's look at what your takeoff performance was, because it's going to tell you what we need to do next. I just can't quite see it. There we go. That says 2/up 0.7. So we're going to set flaps to setting 2.
Oh wait, that's the wrong one. That's the speed brake, dumbass.
Dulles ground. Generic November.
Flaps.
Generic November 722 Lima uniform. Taxi to general aviation. Parking via taxiway Yankee 6 cross runway.
Opposite side of the
There
speed
it
brake.
is.
It's currently set all the way to 4. You want that at half, which is 2. There you go.
Why isn't... Hold on, is one of my switches...
Probably.
Which one? Fuck it, we're just gonna unbind that bitch.
Yep.
Lap. Or wait. Decrease flaps is V, increases B. Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I have it set to the old man settings that I had.
Alright,
Back
flaps.
in my day, flight simulators came in a box with discs.
Flaps doso.
Yeah.
Hi,
And then
Yuki.
there should be in right ahead of the throttle, like assembly, like a set of buttons.
Yeah, we need one of these. What is it? It's
Yeah, it's to be F/CTL or something like that. It'd be flight controls.
yeah, and this tells us our trim, so we need to go. What was it?
Yes,
Nose,
we need to match it to
nose up 0.7.
whatever it says. Whatever it says on the thingy. Yep,
so-
up 0.7. So we're just gonna match that for our pitch trim.
Yep, good. Spoilers. We need to arm the spoilers. Spoilers armed.
Yes.
Auto brake set
Good
to
job, you remember.
max, which
Yep.
is right there. Signs. That's just one of these little switches up here, right? Put your fucking seatbelts on.
You just put that to armed. Or seatbelt. Sorry, not seat. Sorry, it's emergency lights that need to be armed, but seatbelt. It's you need to, I think, arm your emergency lights, which is over on the right, to the right of seatbelts. It's like a 3-position switch.
Smoking
Yep. Perfect.
on. Nose to taxi. Fucking brights. Turn everything on.
So, normally in the real world, we do not turn on our landing lights in the ground in an airliner, as it will blind the shit out of everybody else.
Yeah, fuck them.
Alright. If you want, so most of that part of the checklist can be done while you're taxiing to the runway. It's normally when I do it. But if you want, you can also do a quick control check, which is best done when you're not moving. Because then it doesn't move the nose wheel on you while you're trying to taxi, when you try to check your rudder to make sure it's free. And then you go off into the grass, and it's very embarrassing, and you get made fun of.
So, good
ask me how I
elevators,
screwed
good
that up.
ailerons. Left, right. Good. Working on his car and some guy was going against you about carb stuff. Bro made a remark of telling you per fact that the F-16 is better than the F-18. Then asked what an MFD was. Oh no. Well, wait, if he likes the F-16, they didn't really have MFDs if it was an earlier block. So they don't know what that is.
Ah, you have not set your background yet
No,
on your iPad.
I have not. But takeoff config test. It's that one.
That just means there's a button there in the area that we went to flight control with. That's literally it's called, yeah,
Boom, norm.
TO config.
Bitchin'.
That means the plane is checked over. It says, "Good job. You have
Predicted
set up the
wind
plane correctly
shears
for takeoff,
off.
so you don't crash into a city in India shortly after takeoff, if that's what happened. That might be the case. Possible, maybe, maybe not. Well, I really shouldn't get into crash speculation. That's not going to reflect well on me later, especially if I'm wrong.
Yeah. Like an example, just an
All right.
example. Well, he didn't know what an electrode was on a spark plug. To be honest, I don't. Okay, if you had told me there's an electrode on a spark plug, I'd be like, absolutely, that makes sense.
All right. So if you want to get to the runway, you're just gonna pull out of here, and just literally make your first right and then the second right.
All right, here we go. Let's give her some gas.
Only needs just a little bit. The IAEs are better at this than the CFM engines. And the smaller the plane is, the better it is. Normally, you can just taxi at idle, and then just tap your brakes whenever you need to.
Okay, Yuki, see you later.
Yep, be that first right.
Got my blinker on.
I wish, man, the Haiti's had blinkers. That'd be so. I would have like a whole new thing to air rage about at airports. Why did he have his blinker on? Oh yeah, no, Navigraph is now is adding to charts whenever it's done. A new feature designed to keep people like you and me from getting lost at big airports.
It's gonna have a taxi instruction on the map, right?
Yeah, on a map, and then I don't know if it'll have it right at release, but there are plans to add it so it'll call out where you are, like a GPS would, for a car.
Turn right, 50 feet.
Yeah, like literally like that. All right, so that's looking pretty good. All right, should be your next right turn. Rather, next right taxiway, I guess. There you go. Yeah. Oh wow, the blue line's like actually right for once. That never happens.
I'm so surprised. It
Normally wants you to go to like a runway that totally doesn't match the wind or something like that.
You know what? It might be that I selected. Did I select the right runway in this when I booted? I don't know. Might have
Selected the right one in the computer of the plane. I don't know if you did it in the simulator.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't even know if that matters though.
Funny, his landing gear isn't rendered in on that big bastard back there, so it looks like he's just coming down gearless.
Yeah. And when you get to the end of that terminal, it'll be rather that like area you're on right now. It'll be your first big left turn. It'll be a sign, and we'll say, well, if you can find it, it'll be taxiway. Give me a second. I literally never find myself at IAD like ever. Taxiway. It'll be taxiway. It's like Zulu that you'll be turning on to.
Yeah, but if taxiways go all the way to Z.
Oh yeah, normally you gotta throw numbers in too.
Don't worry, Axon. Once I get super comfy in this jet, I'm coming to land at your house. I'll just have to jump to the tip of Canada, hop to Iceland, and then cut across through British land. But I'll get there eventually.
If you take the A319 with no passengers, you might be able to no stop it. So, Nate, you did not listen to the instructions.
You're right, I didn't. I was following my blue line.
Yeah, blue line goofed up.
Okay.
So either way, it'll be your second left turn now.
Second left.
Yeah.
Onto. I got Echo 1 on my left right now.
Yeah, it won't be Echo 1, it'll be left onto Zulu.
Is that what that sign says way the fuck up there?
Don't know. That's a thing that allegedly a third-party add-on's going to fix, is giving you actual good taxi signs. I don't remember which day it was though.
Dulles ground.
I can't fucking read!
62, Gate Romeo 7, information echo. Request pushback.
Nice thing is if you have like a custom airport scenery like I do for a lot of airports, you'll have like actually good signs to read.
Yeah, that's Echo Yankee right there.
Dulles ground.
Yeah, it's gonna be this upcoming left turn onto Zulu. That is the correct left turn.
Dulles ground.
It's sending you to the wrong side of the airport. The blue line is.
So go left turn now, or one more?
Left turn now.
Okay. Playing chicken with this fucking car. Yeah, previously on Lost.
You have like right of weight over it, so.
I'm bigger. I'll run him over.
Mhm. I have no idea how to access the Lido charts in this Axon. Well, he has Navigraph Jeppesen charts too. I don't know what happens if we run the same thing if we run the application at the same time. But yeah, if you keep going, there'll be another little small left turn, like a slight left, pretty soon, onto Yankee 11, and that'll take you to the threshold of the runway.
And hold short of runway. 19er left using taxiway Foxtrot Echo 2 Echo 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 Tree Echo Juliet Delta Kilo Juliet 1. Contact tower on 1 tree 4.425 when ready. Roger. United 539er.
Okay, I think. Alright, that is Zulu right here.
Yeah, you are on Zulu at the moment,
Hold short runway 19er
and then it'll be
So we're
that
crossing.
slight left right there on a Yankee. You can either take this slight left right here, or the next one. It'll take you to the same place.
I'll go left now then. Ugh.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. The A321 turns tighter than it looks.
I know.
The 319 is really fun. The 319 turns really tight too, but nobody's made a 318 for 2020 yet, and then Phoenix said they're not going to. But then again, they also said they aren't going to make the Neos, and now they're making them. So we'll see how that shakes out. There
Alright,
you
now.
go. That's the end of your runway.
Woo!
Yep. Man, what I'd give for a Phoenix with shared cockpit.
Me spamming the side stick priority button. Give me that
Did I
stick.
Did I show you that A330 simulator they had at FS Expo this year? Like the full mock-up?
I don't think so.
So nice. Them and Windwing had a really cool dual cockpit, dual setup.
Okay, well here we are on our runway.
Alright, when you're ready, you can set it to flex power and get out of there. Everything's all configured for takeoff already, so.
Alright, there's flex.
So normally the runways are so long in civilian airports that we don't bother standing on the brakes unless there's like you're sure that it's going to be close. Like I had one where I had a really bad tailwind leaving Charlotte, so I did that just to make sure I had full power. But normally the margins are so wide that it's not that big of a problem.
Alright, head
Just
about
be ready for your.
V1 speed.
Yep, when you're at the rotation speed, just be sure to be a little more gentle than in the 320 and 319, because you're longer. But once you're unstuck from the ground, you're good.
Alright. Uppies!
There you go. You're off the ground. You're clear from any danger but tail strike. So just follow the little flight directors. And when you establish a positive rate of climb, bring your gear
Potomac
up.
approach.
You're coming.
Hawkins 1 Lima Charlie November 6
And then when you're past 400 feet, if you wish, you
2
can
miles
turn
west
on
of
the
Dulles, 500 feet. Request flight following.
Autopilot.
autopilot. All right, so last time we were not on flaps 2, so let's take a look at your PFD for me,
Squawk
real fast.
652 tree. Hawkins
Take a
1 Lima
closer
Charlie
look so I
November
can just
6
see the numbers
812.
better. If you're above the primary flight display, the bigger one. All right, take in 1 notch of flaps. So if you're above F, you can set it to flaps 1, and then make sure your throttles are set into climb T10 as well. And then once you get it to S, you can put it to flap 0. That's just being mad at you because your transponder isn't on.
Fuck 'em.
Or rather isn't set for the kind of flight you're doing. Alright, now you can retract flaps safely. And the plane will speed up to 250 knots.
That's what the S means.
Yeah, S means to pull in the slats, so yeah.
Ooh,
And
wrong
it looks like
way.
it's heading straight to your first waypoint, I think.
Yes, let's push that out a little bit. Yep.
Okay. So yeah, you probably cleared the disco before taking off. So, alright. Yeah, it's fine if his transponder's off for now.
The hell do you even need it for, right? Am I right?
It matters if you're on like VATSIM, it matters. That's what makes the controller able to see like your data tag and stuff with all the important information on it. But if you're offline, it really doesn't matter at all.
The fuck did I end up back here?
Good question. Not a bad view, but probably not where you wanted to be. It's just gonna climb like that. When you hit 10,000 feet, you can pull in your what do you call those things? Landing lights. You can turn those off and retract them. So if I remember, so the setup. Let me see if I can. I know it's on my phone, so I'm gonna have to disable my tracking for just a second.
Ooh, going through the fog.
Yep. Just quickly through a cloud. Let me see if I can send you these photos. Alright, the first image is going to be the big A330 simulator, and let me see if I got a picture. I think I got a picture of Windwing's dealio that they did. No, wait, this first picture is Windwing. Pictures 2, 3, and 4 are the A330 simulator that a company had set up.
Oh wow, you can hold your buddy's hand.
Yeah, it was actually super nice. Yeah. You could and it was the Windwing one was tied to like a KAT-3 like no visibility approach like scenario in the Phoenix, which was pretty cool. And then the A330 you had to pay to use, and I didn't feel like paying, and I also didn't have any money even if I wanted to pay, so we didn't do that. It's only a matter of time to Windwing's making the MIP panels for the 320, I think, though, because it's kind of like the one thing that they're missing out of their lineup, because they announced all the other pieces. But like, unless they were it was a competing hardware company, pretty much any like aircraft developer, like Windwing provided hardware for their simulator displays. Then the Windwing display itself was absolutely gigantic. I'm pretty sure they had every single product they sell on display there. Plus, I think they had that Airbus mock-up cockpit plus 2 fighters. They had a MiG-29 mock-up and I think it was F-18 or F-16 mock-up as well, that people were doing dogfight competition things in.
Bro, if I was out there in a Hornet, random Joe wouldn't stand a fucking chance.
Yeah.
Put your nose on him and kill him!
Yeah. It was actually really fun, and it was nice because it was a con where everybody shouted and where to owner it. It was amazing, honestly. It just smelled like well, normal. It didn't smell like a convention.
Recently, at the conventions I've been to, it hasn't been so bad.
Oh, that's good. I heard Offkai was like atrocious.
Oh, that doesn't surprise me. Those are fucking Twitch streamers, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. No, not even that. It's like it was like even worse apparently than like normal. And worse than TwitchCon too. Like it was like from what I saw in the Bird app, it was like remarkably bad. Like it was so bad that people were wearing like those like industrial mask things to keep the smell out of certain rooms, rather to not smell certain rooms. Given enclosed spaces was not a smart idea for that.
What? Is there some limit for uploading images to Volanta? It looks like it. It looks like it.
Maybe there's like a rate limit, but I've
No,
never had
like
a hard limit.
It says available in premium. Why can't I upload a...
Oh. I wonder if there was for non-premium users. I've just had premium so long that I didn't realize. At least back when I had it on the free plan, there was no limit. I think it's like $4.35 a month is what I pay. I don't know if that'd be worth it to you or not. Our tails are touching on your screen.
Yes.
Yes, they are.
That's hello, TJ. We're flying a plane.
A tube-shaped plane.
trying to figure this out. This is so weird.
Plane seems to be managing itself fine. Once you're past 18,000 feet, you can take that the barometric pressure thing and just pull it for it to be set to standard pressure.
Oh my god, I see what's going on. Okay, it was doing that stupid ass default picture, and to add more pictures to that, you have to have premium. So I had to click remove image, and then it let me add another one.
Okay.
Hi, Shark!
That do be shark. My tracking. Oh, I received a new D-ATIS, so I must take a look and see what it says. Serial. It's our ADC com. New one. 0 at 10, gets in 26. Murderaz and trees. Oh, and if at any point you want to set the barometric pressure to American units, you can do. There's a like a collar-looking thing around that knob. You can set it from. It's set to HP. It was set to HPA last. You can set it to INHG, and that sets it to inches of mercury, which is the American unit. And then you're above 20. You're above 18,000 feet, so you want to pull that. I think it's a middle mouse to pull the knob.
Oh, there we go. Standard.
Yeah, there you go. And the plane will stop being mad at you when you do that.
Hold on, Shark. What cat gif? Barref discrepancy.
Means it's not matching on both sides. Make sure the other side is pulled as well. There might be a setting for this to force it to sync. I don't remember where in the iPad it is though.
Yes, other server yesterday. Oh, the cat with a really long tongue?
Oh, hold on. I think I missed this.
It is definitely a silly one.
Oh, yeah, that is a cat. So reacting to another cat.
Oh, I gotta
Multiple cats involved.
try and edit that screenshot and post that I just took a little bit, because it's really blown out from being really bright. Because it's a really clear day up north here.
Yeah, it is down south as well.
So we're just gonna try and put a shade filter on it a little bit. Gonna work some of my magic. To open this PC videos. Stuff Flight Simulator 2024. New layer. Let's just see what darken does for us at first here. Brush size huge. Actually, we'll just do an overlay and fuck with the opacity till I get to where I like it. Oh yeah, there we go. And then just fucking save over top of it. Okay. Then we'll go back to Volanta. And image. Upload image. 4.
Oh, you're already like halfway there. Or not quite, it's just the map is out of place. You're almost halfway. Maybe like 1/3. Eh, 1/4.
Is she alright for once down there? Nice.
Nice.
Alright, so let me just make sure the aircraft match is crossed. Yep, MSFS, A321. I think... We'll wait till I land, but I think this one I have to hide, because it generated one. Well, it generated two. One for the initializing the plane in this Microsoft Flight Simulator, and then one for Phoenix.
Ah, okay.
Save that. Leave that like that. Oh man, it's a little windy up here today.
Yeah, yeah.
Holy shit, is that a 47 knot headwind?
That's normal.
Woo! Okay, head tracking's all fucked up, so recenter it this way. There we go. I take it we just cruise around and climb.
Yeah, that's the climb D10 is what allows the auto throttle to work. So yes, you're not going to touch that again until you retard the throttles for landing.
Gotcha.
Yeah, transponder standby. That's fine.
Such a smooth ride.
Pretty good one today. Should be pretty close to your cruising altitude now if you're not there already.
Oh, yeah, now we're 36.
Nice.
Yep. 36 going... Getting close to 0.77 Mach.
Okay. Yeah. Shouldn't be near TD yet. Airports. Insurance. Arrival. Aussie.
Now we still got a ways to go yet.
Yeah, I just want to check some numbers first.
Yeah, Flask, and then 31 nautical to the next waypoint, and then Tapa descent is another 13 past that, so we got like 80 miles.
Yeah. I can come up on you quick though. Yeah, you're gonna go down to... Yeah, we went 26 right via Haynes, I think. So that'll take you straight onto the approach with no vectoring needed. So if I go ILS 26 right.
Yeah, we're going right to Haynes to
Yeah.
Bamboo.
So when you do the managed descent, you're gonna go all the way down to 2,700 feet. So when you put in the when you take the the autopilot like altitude select, you're just gonna put that to 2,700.
This shows I don't forget 2,700. Write it on my piece of paper next to me.
Yeah, and then all you gotta do is after that's set is push the thing when you hit the top of descent. And maybe put a little bit of spoiler if you're not descending. If you descend slightly by accident.
Can I tell it to you right now, or do I have to?
No, you kind of gotta in the Airbus. You gotta. Well, you can set it, but don't push it.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
And then you can flip the little collar to switch to hundreds instead of thousands if you need to.
Gonna have to.
Yeah.
Hold on, what's this average night landing I see over here? Oh my god. I don't explode every time. Yeah. TJ, just gotta stay out of the wakes, brother, and you'll be fine. Have you seen that from my perspective? Hold on. I'm gonna pull it up, since we're just cruising anyhow. Yeah, we gotta waste skill. Yeah, we're not even at flask. Oh shit, yesterday's stream had some muted audio on it. I wonder why. Right here, so if we... Ah, jukebox man. Yeah, that'll do it.
Oh yeah. Jukebox will in fact do it.
Yeah, there's some dude blaring over his mic actual music. Me panicking, watching TJ just sink and sink and sink and sink and sink. Power. Get the nose up. Power. TJ. Wake up. Now, watch this. I'm like, TJ, get center line. TJ, get center line. TJ, get center line.
See, airliners are so easy to fly. I don't gotta stress at all. You just do the thing and it just works.
Like, it was looking great till he started sliding to the right. And got right behind Axon and then whoop. Gently, not like you're kissing your sister. That's a funny one.
Yeah.
Fucking yield. In 51 nautical miles.
Yay.
DJ, this is my favorite part of this plane right here.
Oh, the table. There's a mod that puts food on the table of the A350. I haven't figured out where it is yet, though, to go grab it. And then it'll, like, depending on the time of day, it'll put, like, breakfast or dinner on there.
A snacky tray? Bro, this is a tray for my pillow so I can fucking sleep.
Yeah. I know some pilots will in the Airbus like put their iPad on there and then just like watch Netflix when they're over the ocean and have nothing to do.
I think you mean they don't
no.
do that.
No, I mean there is literally nothing to do over the ocean between like Hawaii and LA, for example. There's nobody to talk to. It's all through the computer that you talk to them, if you're going to talk at all, and it makes a noise alerting you that somebody sent you a message. And that's really kind of about the end of it.
Oh wait, how can I send you shit?
Yeah, hold on. Okay, go to your computer. Do you see, there should be like an ATC com button.
Yeah.
I have to try a few things, but yeah, we'll go there first. See if this will work. You should be, try request, and I know where to go if it's not in there. Alright, never mind. Go to, hit return,
Turn.
and then you're gonna hit return again.
Turn again.
Should be an AOC menu, top right.
Free text.
Free text, yep.
Two.
And then you're gonna, who you're sending it to will be DLH496.
DLH496. Okay. And then is this the body here that I can type in?
Yep, you can put whatever you want in there, as long as it's a character you can type. Unfortunately, I'm unable to send anything back, so whatever you do, I'm just at your mercy pretty much. As long as you're connected to the hobby network, it should work. And so it'll take a minute for it to come through on my end, because it like simulates the time for it to hit the satellite, then come back down and be processed by the plane. But if you look at my stream, it should show in a moment. Whenever it gets there. Although I don't know when exactly that'll be.
Wait, you always try to get involved in something you shouldn't have. What'd you get involved with? I'll see? Huh? I'm concerned. Also, thanks
Oh,
to the
there it goes.
updated...
I just got the message. Let me take this one off the printer first. I'll even print it out for you, and it'll remain there until I have to print out another thing, because it doesn't let me have more than one. Here we go. So I have from 6969 high. I'll hit print. It is now on the printer.
Wait, you're printing it out?
Off the printer. Yeah. And then if I look over here, it is printed off and put over here until I get another one. Unfortunately, this plane, unlike some of the others, limits how many things. You can only have one printed off one at a time.
Okay.
And I don't know if I can send it. I don't think I have the ability to send things back to you.
Oh, I see. Did you chime in because Jack said something? But you're DHL 496, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
DLH. DLH.
DLH.
Yeah. And we do not have free text yet, so when that feature's added, then I can send things back. But now, yeah, I'm on my own. I can have things sent to me, but not send them out.
Just because the air station is just so dumb. I mean, if it's a Scar L, that didn't munch optics. The Scar H's did, just because the gun weighed so little.
At least in early ones, there were feed issues with the L as well, where it would feed up to 5 rounds at once. Just how cavernous that space was.
I also like that in the L's, there was an issue, might still be an issue on some of the older models, where it would actually jump the little rail on the top, and you'd get rounds stuck underneath the like the top
Yeah.
flat top rail, so you could like push the gun nose up, nose down. You can hear the 5.56 bouncing back and forth in there.
Oh, I've gotten another message. Print. I just like using the printer.
They don't now anymore either way. The joke is that Skylanders typically can't afford an optic because the gun is so expensive. Is that true? Every Scar I've ever seen has an ACOG or something on it.
Yeah, they're about what MSRP is like $4,500, at least for the H.
It was 4,650, I think, was the Scar Mark 20 in 6.5 Creed at the store near me. Yeah, like you can buy a $350 or a $5,000 AR. Yeah.
Nate, how far away are you from your top of the descent? Just to check in.
So we need to go to flight plan.
If you hit perf, it should be right there.
Perf.
Should give you a countdown.
We are heading to top of descent. Distance 86 miles.
87. Okay. Here you go. So when it hits 0, or you can also do when it says 1. If you want to just be a little bit early, that's when you're gonna shove the knob in for altitude.
Gotcha.
And it'll
Perf.
begin following a profile.
Perfect.
It's gonna ask you to put your destination data in as well, and you would for that when it's time you would do perf, and then you would hit next phase until it was on the approach phase. Usually, I think it goes cruise, descent, approach, and then there you just fill in the data for the
runway.
that's in like it's the weather,
Yeah.
and then the approach minimums. I think you might remember that from last time. Otherwise, the plane will continue to bug about it all the way until you land.
Like a $4,500 or $4,500 gun at $700 decent red dot done. Yeah. Yeah, I'm of the. Yeah, I think because I'm almost at my. I'm almost at my savings goal. If this trip happens to go see you, I'll be perfectly fine. And then probably around September, I'd be looking into getting a ACOG.
It looks like they aren't gonna remove the SBR ban. I think I'm gonna get a Mark 23 instead of an MR556.
Yeah, I don't ever put much stock into whenever they say we're gonna repeal the SBR stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna get a 10-4 MR556, but now I'm just gonna go for the Mark 23 instead, because it's about equally as cool. Plus, I don't have to do NFA paperwork or anything like that, or waiting period or all that stuff.
Think every optics need to be an LPVO. Yeah, that sounds about right for that tactical crowd that's never taken their scope off of one mag. Actually, I was thinking of getting the 308 one for my AR-10, because my AR-10 is currently on flip-up sights only. That aren't even sighted in, because I was like, I'm not going to shoot this thing till I get a new scope for it anyways. Yeah, the 5.5 mag one. Do I want yours? You want to get rid of it? Yeah, I mean, if you want to get rid of it, I'll buy it off of you. $5% below MSRP. Oh, hey, look, there goes a plane! Hi, plane!
Yeah.
It's only, what, like $2,000 probably, because I think it's a little over 2.
I see it for like 1,700 for most ACOGs.
No, the big boy ones are really expensive.
Oh, the big one. Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, this is it's a 308. It's a 308 one at 5.5 mag.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I normally just see the 5.56 4X ones.
Yeah. Probably get to you for like 1,400. Okay. If I do end up flying down there, you want me to bring cash, or would you just ship it so it's not... Actually, I don't think it'd be a big deal to get through security with it, would it? I mean... Oh, hey, Retro, Twitch mobile chat sucks. Yeah, it sometimes has issues with, merged chats. My co-pilot, Joe, is also flying his own plane. He's just that talented.
Yeah, I can do both at once.
Uh, but no, I could do it right now, Yuki. It just pushes. It runs that up and pushes that off. But if you want to wait a couple months, that's fine too. And I'll hold you to that 1200 if I pay for dinner. Yeah, I'm in no rush. Like, 0. That's fine because it'll never happen? Okay. Say so.
Oh yeah, you want to go to FS Expo with me and Mika next year?
It wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility.
Alright, yeah. I sent you the date and location. I don't know why they picked that city, but it is what it is. Hopefully hotels are cheap.
Going over Appalachia right now, Retro. Flight's going alright. I'll literally just pull your credit on and be too submissive to stop you. Mostly true.
Oh yeah, it turns out the reason the A350 didn't get onto the statistics page for like most popular plane by miles was because there was a bug keeping it off. Turns out we had like we had almost caught up to the F-16. Before today, we were up to like 6. We were at like 88,000 miles last night. So I sent a thing to Orbix about fixing that bug.
This place is pretty nice.
Yeah, it is a good one. It is one of the best. Really one of the best of all time.
You want to buy the SCO and put it on the SR762 so you could sell the TA-51 if you wanted. Help you save some money. Unless maybe turned around past it and I kept the case and the paperwork. Yeah, no, it makes perfect sense. Like I always say, I try to sell to people that I know, because if you want something, why would I sell it to a random?
Reasonable.
Alright, we're almost at the top of descent here. That's what that arrow means right there. That arrow, descent time.
Yep. When you get to that, or the little distancing says 0 in the perf page. Hey, what? Just depends on how you do it. I think I found this day you trying to sabotage you.
2 years ago, you forgot the underscore. Told Cordia not to buy the TA-31. Yep. I did say that. Cope. Yeah, but there's our destination, Atlanta.
Yes, sir. So the waypoints on the arrival procedure won't show up above 80 map range. I don't know why Airbus did that. They just did. And they've been doing that for 50 years at this point, so I don't think they're going to change.
Because you're cringe and drop to your knees and tongue out for Optics Planet.
It is enter destination data time.
Not yet, we haven't hit it. 5.
No, you still got to enter the data, though.
I know. 5.
Okay.
4. 3. There's 3.
Oh, yeah, you're a little early. Sorry, a little late to enter it before the descent starts, which is fine, as long as you get it before you get to the ground.
2. 1. Click. Alright,
Sir.
so we go to
Yeah,
next
you're already in the right
phase.
spot. You're gonna go next phase for approach, and then we're gonna fill in Q&A. So we're gonna go to the iPad real quick so we can grab the weather. In Atlanta.
That's gonna be
Landing performance. So it'll be the one in the shape, the app, the shape of the runway. And then you see refresh METAR. The blue
Fresh
button.
METAR.
You're gonna
Apply
and then
METAR.
apply. Yeah, because it'll pull the information out for you. Alright, so for Q... Oh, that's in hectopascals. Give me a second, man. I'll grab this for
Well, what
you.
if we just swap this back?
Oh, okay. Well, maybe it'll work. Hold on. Let's take a look. We could run it in hectopascals. It's just that yeah, it shouldn't matter. Alright, yeah, just sort of hectopascals. So we're gonna put it. You're gonna put that into the hectopascal thing on the computer, like the orange blank boxes. Oh wait, don't take it out of standard yet. Leave that in standard. You don't want to change that until 18,000 feet. Once you get all, it would get out of sync, and you'd be in big trouble with Mr. FAA. But it's in the computer where you would enter that in for Q&H.
You know how GasPass has the art of the TAD getting full Nelsons? Yeah, I did see that. You gonna do art of that at the Optics Planet? No! Alright, so where are we putting this in? Oh, right here. Q&H.
You know, like, yeah, the computer, yeah. So
10
that'll be-
15.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then temperature is whatever it says in the iPad.
32C.
Alright, so put 32.
A warm one down here.
Yep. And then winds would be 330 slash
Oh, 09.
I guess it's 09.
Do I have to put the slash in myself, or will it just do it?
Yes, you do.
Cool. That's in.
9, awesome. Good job. And then you're gonna put into radio 200 because I already know the approach minimums there. Because I've been here many times. Actually, I could probably tell you exactly how many times. Atlanta.
Night in Cheesetopia? How would you even do that? Do I put anything in for
I've
Barrow?
No. You can do one or the other. But radio is usually better. Unless there's something that tells you that there's sometimes it'll be like on an approach card, it'll tell you that like radio isn't valid due to like things that would interfere with radio altimeter near the airport. Yeah, I've flown to Atlanta 35 times. That's nothing compared to I think Charlotte and Orlando and Melbourne.
Yeah, it just says, yeah. Yeah. That would be something. I think Optics Planet would be funnier, though. Alright, so we are done with the approach.
Yeah, you're done with that part. Yep.
Dumb, slutty cat be a shill for questionable distributors? SMH!
So far today, you've learned managed descent. You've learned how to harass people via A cars. Data input. How to find your way to the runway. You've learned that lights being on is a bad thing, at least in terms of like the things you turn on and off on the overhead panel. No, he remembered a fair amount, Axon. I mean, at least in my opinion. This is only flight number, what, 2? I don't even think you've had a third one yet.
This is number dose, and I actually had never started the jet on the first one. We ran it hot.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see how I can do it in like under 2 minutes with just some practice. Like, it's a really quick plane to start if you're gonna rush through it and you don't care about setting up the computer, or you already know what's going into the computer ahead of time. I don't think we're gonna make it up to 43,000 today. The Airbuses are good learning jets. They're really not hard to operate at all. And they also, actively protect you from hurting yourself, things like that.
Oh, I have a feeling I could make this plane not fly no more.
I mean, you could, with enough interference and making things break, but assuming the systems are functional, it'll do its absolute best to keep you alive.
Yeah, we're still at 1,000 feet.
Yeah, it's not a super fast descent into Atlanta because it's longer and shallower to ease the traffic a bit.
I like how the plane we're just chopping and dropping right now.
I mean, that's without your spoilers out. When you've missed a constraint and you have to throw them out, then you can go down really fast. I think the most I ever did was 7,800 feet a minute at descent to catch back up to the profile.
Oh, I won the kickball game.
Oh, nice.
I had like 3 diving catches. And I scored.
Ooh. You can do it both. Score and defend.
Although my arms were all itchy from the grass.
Mine don't do that.
Caught those old men who's boss for real, for real? Yes. Actually, most of the old guys didn't participate. It was only basically the young ones and like 2 old guys. This was also fresh off them feeding me a hamburger, a hot dog, macaroni, and potato salad. No, why is standard flashing at me? Oh, barometric altimeter is wrong. I imagine what the runway is what we need to be set to.
Yeah, it's already set already. On your way down.
Well, while it might be the doom and gloom days for DCS, it looks like there's still some hope on the horizon. If what Apple is posting right now is true.
What's Apple doing with DCS?
C-130 still planned to release this year. A small
Oh,
still
okay.
alive from the Kafir devs. So we'll see what that amounts to.
Yeah, the F-100 is looking pretty much done when I tried it at the expo as well.
Please give me the F-100. I've been waiting literally all year for it.
Well, there's a different F-100 you can get first. The Fokker 100. It is a
Oh.
medium. It's a small plane with 100 seats, made by Fokker, designated model F-100, produced by the lovely people of GS Flight.
I want the Super Gao Gao so I can finally fight TJ and his Gao Gao and maybe win.
I don't know which one would win actually, because the Super Saber seems like it's trying. When I tried it, it seemed like it was trying to not be a plane anymore, constantly.
I had to do that.
Yeah.
Hi, Sin. I heard you got a Broken Arrow installed now. You might. Yeah, meter looks the same.
Yeah.
Cruising in here. I have adopted the tactic of throwing enough shit at it till something sticks. I think it mostly depends what kind of deck you're trying to rock.
Oh, okay. Always
'Cause
5 and 6.
I don't think like a tank deck would really fare well from a bunch of cheap tanks, just given how good APSs are.
Yeah.
We are a bit wiggly today. Marine Corps Airborne, that's a good starter, for sure. You got all the basics and a well-rounded distribution of points. Your air defense is kind of lacking a little bit, but you can supplement that with aircraft or just kind of just ignoring it. Oh, we nailed that. This autopilot's good.
Yeah, it is. It's a pretty good one.
Hello, Frazier. I think they're going for a long straight in.
Yeah, that's what it'll set you up for.
Now imagine this, guys. Everything you see in here. If only we had the oh, what's the? It's not a C-130, but looks just like it, but has props.
The A400.
Now, imagine if we had an A400 and DCS. It looked just like this, kinda.
Actually, almost exactly the same. It's the same avionics package. I think it just doesn't have the big OIS screen on the left. I think that's the only thing it's missing. Plus, they can lift more than a C-130 can. Flies faster, flies higher.
Well, because it's closer to like a C-17 than a 130.
Yeah, yeah. But it retains the short field performance of a C-130 despite its additional size. The shame we probably won't ever get the C-17 in full fidelity because of the issue if they caused Miltech to pull out of DCS. So they were doing a Osprey for DCS and then not anymore. And they also in their portfolio have a full fidelity Seahawk that's supposed to come out really soon and a full fidelity C-17 that they made for Microsoft.
I got a company message,
Okay. Well,
but
if you go into
I'm
the
kind
AOC
of on
menu-
final.
Oh yeah. Okay. If you're on final, it's not worth looking at. But
I was gonna
make
say,
sure you
what's
hit the LS button real quick first.
LS? What?
It's right under the barometric pressure, next to FT.
Yep.
Yeah. What LS will do is allow the ILS to be displayed on your EFD if you want to use it.
Wait, I had a company message from the start. Really? Notice it.
Yeah, you. Actually got a program that sends me like different like dispatcher messages throughout the flight, which is pretty cool. It's got like an algorithm that figures out where I am in the flight, and then will send me messages accordingly. But it'll also, if I go near a rocket launch, it'll tell me like a rocket launch area warning and stuff like that too. Or it'll occasionally send me jokes. The best part, free 99.
Alright, we're about to hit 4,000 here on our descent. Probably a handful of miles out.
It'll tell you with the ILS thing. If you see the purple text in the bottom left
Yep.
on your primary
We're
flight, yeah, it'll say
11.3 in closing.
Alright, so you should be dropping your gear at about 15 to 10 miles and slowing down to your approach speed, which should be on the approach page of your performance. And that'll be what speed to slow down to.
One 140?
So, does it say VAPP?
Yep.
Yeah, that'll be 140. Alright, so you're going to put that into the speed thing. Kind of like how you had like an altitude knob, there's a speed knob. You're going to put 140 on there. And depending on how fast you're going right now, drop the gear because you're pretty close. You're going to need the drag. And you're going to pull that knob to you to set it into manual mode instead of managed. So it should be middle mouse to do that, if I remember right. Your gear can handle any abusive being put out to like 260 knots or whatever, or 280 knots. So I would definitely do that as soon as you.
Oh, it's already. I
at your
flopped
earliest
it out.
convenience. Good. Well. Oh, is gear really 220? I don't think a gear's 220. Well, shit, really? I
Yeah,
don't.
we aren't making the runway, boss.
All right, well, you can always go around. Try again. That doesn't sound right, Axon. I'm pretty sure I've deployed it at over 220 before. Actually, I'm pretty sure I did that today.
Hi, runway. We are 2,000 feet over you.
So I normally start slowing it down at about 15 miles, then drop the gear at 10 miles, and try to at the absolute latest at like 1,000 feet radio altitude, be at my approach speed. Preferably a bit earlier than that, if I can do it.
Alright, autopilot. Where the hell are you taking me?
It's taking you onto the missed approach course, but you can manually control it through heading if you need to, if you want to, and then just set yourself back up for the approach. You should have more than enough gas to have a few attempts if you need it. Oh, you probably didn't engage approach mode or take off the autopilot, did you? So yeah, it stopped your descent at 2,300 feet.
Yes.
I recommend getting a bit higher, maybe 3,000 or 5,000 as well, and then, of course, increasing your speed and pulling up the gear. But gear, then speed. And you can use the to the right of your of your speed knob is your heading knob, and you can use that to and like a combination of that and Volanta to kind of vector yourself back onto the approach like you would with a controller or whatever, or a GCI would do for you.
Free ball this.
I assume you can figure out the reciprocal heading to bring you back towards where the approach starts. Speed basically be the opposite of 2.6.
Yeah, I'm tracking myself north for a little bit.
Yeah, give yourself some more space to turn. Good idea.
Right, so opposite 2.6.
So in Atlanta, it's really 270. So it's just 090 will bring you back.
Yeah.
Because it's a little. You can only have left, center, and right for designations on a single, like 10-degree thing. So sometimes they just have to use other numbers that are close. So they have 27 left and right. They have runway 28, and then they have 26 left and right as well for the 5 runways in Atlanta.
Fraser, that is certainly something to do with your time.
And your algorithm's now screwed up forever. Whatever it is, it's even more. Whatever it was, it's now even worse. Oh, and your flaps aren't. Wait, no, I don't even think you got a chance to get your flaps out, did you? Okay, that was probably part of the problem as well, because that's going to help you slow down and fly at lower speeds when it's time to try this again.
Oh, actually, probably won't let me go slower than 200 because of my config.
That makes sense. Yeah, kind of like the 200, maybe 220, 230 range.
It's not letting me breach
Those are all
200.
acceptable speed. Your flaps. Check this.
Yeah, they're all the way up.
And your gears up as well.
Yep.
And your spoilers are retracted.
Yes.
It's not letting you breach 220 because your auto throttle is set to the wrong speed. I think. Can you take a look at it again? It's like your speed setting, I think, is set wrong. Oh, it looks like 140.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's your speed's still set to 140, so you can't go faster than that. As you can see how your plane's kind of wobbling a bit too. You want some more speed.
Well, we're cruising 200.
Commanded speed's 140. It says you're at 200 knots. Okay. Mine's going fine. Better than the person I'm helping. Okay, so yeah, it's trying to slow down to that speed. Okay, set your like set speed to above. Well, until you're turned back on the approach. Like, leave it up a bit. Like a 200, like probably more than 200 knots. You can tell I'm not a good flight instructor, or rather, I'm not a trained one.
I'll put it
You're sorry, you're
220.
doing a way better job than me right now. Alright. Plane's gonna be a lot more comfortable now.
Yep. Not so warbly.
Mhm.
And
Yeah, the auto throttle's not panicking around or anything. I think that's Stone Mountain over there.
you can do it. We'll figure it out. If push comes to shove, I'll hand fly the bitch.
Yeah, they're flying. And hand flies pretty good too. That's not too bad.
We just missed some steps on the approach here, and we are freeballing the coming back. It lands pretty good. For a brick, it flew pretty good.
Yeah. Negative 766 for intermediate landing or.
Alright, so let's start cranking this hog back this way. So we'll turn to 180
Yeah,
now.
go. Yep, pretty much. One of the fun tricks you can do is if you're feeling particularly lazy that day, the Phoenix auto lands really well. So long as your audience doesn't know what they're looking for in terms of seeing if you're using auto land or not, you can just totally pass it off as your own work. There was like a solid few months where I did that because I just wasn't feeling it after like a super long day at work or something. Yeah, well, sometimes people didn't notice that.
Just look out the window like this.
Yeah, exactly. Like, if you do that, they have no idea. Alright, and then at some point, you're going to put yourself to probably about... call it 240 degrees when you're a bit closer to have a nice merge in of the approach thing. And you're going to hit the LOC button when you make that turn. It doesn't look like you're too far away, so it should be fine.
Sorry, passengers, for the bumpy ride. Turn 240.
Yep, and then you should right under your heading indicator should be LOC.
Get it screwed all the way in.
Yeah. Well, that's where the wind wing really comes into play. Is it feels, it's faster and it's like way more satisfying to do the squirrely with that.
Okay, so the LOC button. What do we do?
That'll have your plane follow the localizer in, and then you can switch it to APPR when you feel confident in doing so. And LS is still on, so it should show you your landing distance in a little bit. Just chill out and relax for now.
Southwest 2350, Atlanta Center. Radar contact. Continue.
We're not getting on the localizer.
It's because you're a little too far away. Just give it a minute, and it'll find the localizer and join it.
That plane's upside down.
You want to intercept it at 30 degrees instead of that's usually like the optimal angle is 30 degrees. Yeah, don't worry about it. Welcome to Steven Dish.
Well, what I'm saying is we've blown past again.
Oh. Yeah, I ain't supposed to do that. Well, you could always just either make a left or right turn from this point and set yourself back up. That should have intercepted the localizer from that distance. That shouldn't have been too far. Given I'm not a radar certified controller, so with a grain of salt, but normally that's close enough. At least you don't have to, it won't take as long to set back up. Take a look at your primary flight display for a second for me. Refresh that LS button, because it seems you don't even have the signal from it, so. Oh shit, alright, hold on. I think there's something you gotta do in the FMC. Okay, so LS is on. Go to your computer.
Let me just roll me out straight north.
Yeah. I just realized, yeah, the things he already landed. So he just needs to put the approach back in. Rather, because he went to the misapproach, it needs that. So you're just gonna go you're gonna click KATL. Oh no, just go back to FPLN and then KATL.
Okay.
And then it'll be what the hell? Hit clear.
Okay. Clear.
And then hit FPLN again. The fuck? Shit. Alright, hit INIT real quick. We're gonna might need to do some troubleshooting here. Oh, there you go. Click the green KATL if you don't. No, it's all fine. Yeah, go to FPLN and then. Do you see how there was like a green at KATL? I'm gonna try that one instead. There. The fuck. I've never had to do that to me on a missed approach. Alright. Do you want to try just doing it by hand?
If you can give me the ILS bubbles, I can do it.
Okay, so go hit, give me I just need just a second to pull up the chart for Atlanta. Approach 26 right.
Because I can use Volanta to steer me back on course, and then,
Yeah, and that'll localize will work. It just cleared, when it cleared your approach off, it removed your, it'll automatically normally set the localizer frequency, but it's not going to do that when when that happens. So let me go ahead and zoom into Atlanta and pull up the chart. All right. So you're gonna go into should be a RAD nav button next to FPLN.
Yep.
And we're gonna put into ILS/frequency. You're gonna go put give me a second. You're gonna do 275/110.1.
275/140.1.
No, 110.1. You can use the clear key to backspace.
10.1.
And then you're gonna punch it. Do you see where ILS/freak is?
Format error. The 2.
Oh, it's
75.
supposed to be 110. Yeah, it's and then 110.1.
Still format error.
The hell is it? All right. Well, all right. Then just try plain 110.1. That's so stupid. Unless it wants more than that. I mean, so you just take the 275 out.
Yep. It took it.
All right. I was looking for the identifier. Oh, that was a stupid moment by me. All right. So now you have that back again. So you'll have
Yes,
that
I see it.
data. Okay.
All right, so
It's
we
the
should...
same 30-degree intercept as last time. Should bring you back into it. So localizer mode, or the LOC button, what that does is it'll give you the lateral guidance but no vertical. So sometimes you'll just need to join the localizer, but you don't need to descend yet at all, or don't need to descend for a little while. And that's usually when you use that, or if you just need to be lined up. And then APPR, or approach, is when it's going to hold on to the approach. Ah, shit, yeah. Well, I've noticed on the newest update Axon, it doesn't just do that. So you'll get blue nav missed approach, but then you'll also get your green alternate route, so it's now finally been separated out, which is kind of nice. I noticed that earlier today when I was going into where do you call it? What's the place? Munich. Your fuel state should still be plenty. Yeah, you're good. Normally when you intercept a localizer or ILS like that, you usually want to intercept it at a 30-degree angle.
Yeah.
So that's why I put you on 240 to intercept it.
Ease into that now.
Yep, and make sure you throw it in the correct mode. And if you're like within 15 miles, just start slowing down.
Alright, how do we tell her to slow her down and actually
Yeah,
let
you're
me?
just gonna set the. You'll set the speed first, and then as you slow down, we're gonna put more flaps in. So set the speed to whatever it's supposed to be. I think it's whatever performance tells you it is. I think it was somewhere in the 100, like it was like 140. I think last time. Might be slightly less now because you burned off more gas.
It's so
139 knots is what you're gonna set it to.
okay, and we put the altitude to what?
Take a look at your PFD. I need to see your PFD real quick first. See how close we are to the glide slope. And how far we are from the airport. 15 miles. Yeah, put it down to like 2,300 and then kind of go down. And you're free to throw out your, at least the first notch of flaps and your gear to slow you down. And make sure to pull it, the altitude knob, so that you actually are going down to that altitude, because it's not going to take the command until you do that.
Yeah, it took it.
Okay. And throw in another notch of flaps. And then, yeah, unfortunately it's a little too grainy for me because of twitch compression. Okay, once yeah, you can throw almost throw full flaps in. So go to flaps 3 and then 4.
Alright, we are full flippers. Gears down.
Gears down as well.
Almost 230. We are 11 miles from the runway.
Great. Yeah, you're slowed down a little bit early for approach speed, but that's not a problem. That's an okay thing to have happen. And I'd rather you slow down early than late, so since it's a lot easier.
Alright, yep. So we're on speed. And we are just a bit high. Or, we're low for the glide slope.
Yeah, but that's okay because you always intercept it from below. You can intercept it from above, that's pretty abnormal. Unless you're me and you goof up a little bit and you need to quickly shove it down.
Alright, so what's the next autopilot?
You can hit approach if you want, and it'll capture the ILS and follow it. You don't have to do that if you don't want to.
Nah, we're gonna have it do it.
Okay. You just hit airport on your map, which if you meant to do that, great. So it'll show airports on the map, but it's APPR under the vertical speed, which is to the right of the altitude. There you go. No, it says Cat 3 single. In theory, you could just let this go and it would land on its own.
Oh, here comes the
Big diamond.
Yep.
Maybe.
Yep. Diamond's on the way. So if I wanted to hand fly it the rest of the way down, what do I do?
Whenever you feel like you want to take manual control, you just turn the autopilot off.
I won't lose any of my display?
No, you will retain your displays and all that. It'll just turn off the autopilot, and then you want to leave the auto throttle on and leave it in the climb T10 until it says a very... It doesn't matter, Axon. It's the same thing. None of us have the... It absolutely does not. My auto brake still works if I do that. And he didn't have auto brake on to begin with. Maybe it depends on the equipment.
1
Because at least on the American ones, it still works just fine. I've done that a bunch of times. My auto brake still functions. Good. All right, so let's
500.
bring it on in, and when it says a not socially acceptable insult to you, that's when you're gonna bring the throttles back to idle.
100 above.
Light slope.
Minimum.
Light slope. Light slope.
Minimum.
All right.
So choppy.
Yeah, Atlanta's a bit rough graphically.
50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. Retard.
Oh fuck, we ballooned. Ugh.
10.
Don't sink.
5.
Ouch.
Did we remember to arm your spoilers first? I don't remember.
I armed them.
Doesn't matter, you're on the ground. Okay, good job.
And auto brakes, bro, I just stomp on them bitches.
It makes your brakes hot, but just be careful because some of these planes do simulate brake fade.
Oh, we're
Close to
down.
brakes. Alright, when you clear the runway, you can pull your flaps in, disarm your spoilers, and taxi to the gate of your choosing.
Or go this way. Joe loves when you hit the toga button randomly. Bet.
Well,
Holy fuck.
oh, I have couldn't have been that bad.
Oh, yeah, my landing was
Unless you
that
suck.
was butter shit, dude.
Ah, okay. What'd you get?
I don't know if I want to say.
It's okay, I've done worse.
Negative 378.
That's not bad.
I know.
For your second time flying the plane. I mean, that is acceptable.
It was only
Basically, anything under 550 feet a minute is acceptable. Or rather, it's safe.
I was considering the wheels didn't explode on contact. We're good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That was only your second time doing that as well. Although it's probably a little bit easier in the daytime.
Good thing they don't. Clueless. Well, wouldn't the sim say I died if I hit it too hard?
If you like crash, but yeah, I mean these things can, they got some safety tolerances in them just in case.
Did you guys live? Yeah, I'm taxiing on the ground right now. Just kind of driving around though, looking for a place to park. Fuck it, we'll park at this stand. It's empty.
Pretty much any parking spot will do. Any empty one of those.
Parking brake set. Oh, here comes our jetway. Ka-chunk.
Yep.
Alright. Put the chocks in.
Probably want your probably gonna want your ground power too.
Yep.
So you don't lose the electricity. They shut down.
Alright. Goodbye, engines. Do I just hit the off?
Oh yeah, you would just flip them down. Yeah, you just cut them off.
I thought.
It just cuts off the gas.
I kind of.
Oh, you forgot to turn on your ground power. There you go. Now you have electricity.
Yep.
It's gonna take a second to flash back up.
We're good.
You can choose to let your caps go, or you can hold on to them.
The hell? I told it to start deboarding.
It's pulling away. Oh, okay.
I guess it has to do it on its
Record
own.
time. Yeah. Open up the slides.
Open up the slides. Let them out.
Oh, the slides work on the A350 now, if I remember right. Maybe I'll try that after I land.
Oh, they're jumping out one way or another. Hold on. The external camera looking like. Fuck it, they're just jumping out. Jetway's gone.
Yeah. Jetway guy just doesn't feel it today. You're on strike or something. Or I don't know, whatever they do in Atlanta. Yeah, the early day out of work for your 4th of July tomorrow.
Yeah, don't worry guys, I'm plugging the jetway back in for you.
I mean, you probably, if you were in seat C12, yeah, you probably made it unless you, like, I don't know, choked on some peanuts or something.
What's the seat that, like, some crash that happened from like 38,000 feet and the one dude survived was in like a particular seat, and then it happened
Wow.
again, and that same seat survived?
That's some incredibly bad, well, good and bad luck at the same time.
Alright, they're already almost gone.
The deboarding function has almost never worked for me. I have no idea why.
Ah! Something's in me. Get the fuck out of here! This is mine!
No, Quentin could draw plenty of that kind of art, but
This is mine! Go away!
he does not respect your choices. Wonder if you have real world traffic on or something and a flight just connected to like Flight Radar 24 or whatever.
My god, these last 14 people are slow as fuck. Get off my plane!
Oh, the best ones in Florida when they're all like 80 years old and won't get off the plane
2,
in a
1,
reasonable manner.
they're gone!
Yay! No more. They are
Alright,
no longer your problem. They are the airport's problem.
alright, well, the only thing keeping us on is we're plugged in.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, and as soon as you unplug, you can. That's it. Unless you want to go somewhere else. That's pretty
No.
much the two ways this could go.
No, we're done. We're done. We're at my
Yeah.
time. I have my dinner right next to me. I'm ready to rock and
Oh,
roll.
wow. Well done. Well done. Great timing.
Yay! You guys didn't explode. Are you guys
Yay.
happy? Foggy in Paris? That tracks.
Yeah.
Just auto land it, bruh. Sheesh. Ain't that hard?
It's true. You can do that. It is an option.
Bro acts like it's rocket surgery.
Autopilot 1 on, autopilot 2 on, and the Airbus, that's it.
Let cook.
That is the Cat 3. Monitor your instruments, and it does what it does. And you get, in terms of landing rate, you get what you get, and you don't get upset. Well, I can see him on Volanta. He's close.
Alright, I'm gonna send y'all's off to Joe. He helped me a lot. I probably would have got frustrated there if that would have happened, and just freeballed it in and seen what happened. But the ILS really helped keep me on track. But tomorrow I'm probably gonna fly for a good chunk of the day. I do have the day off and all that. Yeah. Don't know about Saturday quite yet. I may or may not stream. I don't know. And then I'll Sunday. Who knows? Who knows? It's gonna be a funny weekend. Yeah. I'll catch you guys later.
Whoa, hi, Knight. Thank you for the raid. Whoa. Yeah, it does in Paris, yeah. It's one of the suboptimal parts of that. The slam on the brakes there. It's bad as LaGuardia. The worst one I've done with a commercial airplane would either be London City Airport or New Haven. Those can be really rough too. Yes. Welcome, Raiders. Welcome. I am Gerber BT. If you were watching Night Assassin a few seconds ago, I was the guy that was helping him fly the Phoenix A320. The Resi, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome in. If you like what I do, you like what Night Assassin does. And by this point, you probably should be following him by now, at least. He's kind of been around here for a while. Sunday, yeah. Yeah. It hasn't really been that long. Oh no. I don't think it's. I thought we stopped in December. I got my more work cut out for me than I thought. All right, that's to be a lot of script writing. My brain